Hey, boy up on the land.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bill, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. I been Steph Curry with the shot, been with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. 0 to 100 real quick, real quick, real quick.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as there's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. The Warriors with their last game here in Golden State before heading out on the road. They put together game after game, winning 5 games in a row. Fantastic stretch.
And making it look easy. I mean, a terrific run. And who knows, this may just be the tip of the iceberg. They could have a lot more wins in store before it's all said and done.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. I mean, already they've got the league's attention. Other teams see them coming up on the schedule and know they've got their work cut out for them to beat this group.
All right, let's hit the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Mozgov in at the center, filling out the middle. And guys, everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do. Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
Green with the block. And up the court come the Warriors on.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Now, here is Irving. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Golden State with it. They trail by 1. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And they were really locked in from beyond the arc in that game. I mean, the results wouldn't have looked anything like it did had it not been for their ability from beyond.
Exactly. They were spraying home threes at a huge rate.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
And James gets it to go.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Golden State moving the ball around. And Stola Cavaliers. Fast break for 3. Smith. And that one's good. Smith's got 5 points so far. For J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, his shooting percentages rose after the trade.
Now here's Curry, following the miss by J.R. Smith.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover. Some
changes for Golden State. Festus Ezeli comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Cleveland also making some changes. Amon Shumpert's checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Hey, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Brandon Rush.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Livingston kicks to Thompson. And he slams it one-handed.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And the Warriors, also inking Thompson to that 4-year, $70 million extension. A big show of faith on their part, and it's looking like money well spent.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. The Warriors making the shot.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open. And now Klay Thompson with deeper pockets, but never one to splurge. His father taught him well. I mean, his rookie year, he drove the family hand-me-down. He bought his next car used, so his focus is clearly on the game, not the glitz and glamour.
Sinks the three-pointer. Thompson's got 10 points in the game.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now, and wonderful stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point, you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Jones is checked in.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. The Cavaliers shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improved.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going.
And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate Kevin Love says,
he sat us down.
when someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. You'd be better served to go right along with what he's talking about. Dub the new big three along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Barbosa is out there with Steph Curry. And it's Ezeli in at the 5. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Smith has checked in.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Hey, boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
It's stolen by Green. It's stolen by Smith inside. And Jefferson throws it down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive.
Wow.
Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
you know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control. And I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
Exactly. They were the aggressors. They played a grinded-out, gritty style that they'd be wise to emulate tonight.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Rush. And Curry subbed in for Leandro Barbosa. Kevin Love's checked in for Cleveland. Curry passes to Iguodala.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Smith drives in. That's good.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key there. Getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Iman Shumpert is checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Williams.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
That's a 2 from Dellavedova, but he gets it back. Here's Mozgov. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Iguodala dishes to Thompson. Green kicks to Curry. Back to Green. The layup missed. If you're talking about the last year, the bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length of every perimeter position to switch on any play, so they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
And the Warriors with some changes. Azili's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Green, and it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Then for the Cavaliers, Thompson comes in for Mozgov, and it's James Jones in for Smith. Livingston, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim record.
Boy, he launched that one from way outside. And that's 13 points for Klay Thompson. Here's Dellavedova. 8 points for him. A 3-ball. They get it again. And Shumpert kicks to Dellavedova. Off target from 3-point range.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
Yes, Kevin, here with...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith, and Cleveland did not hesitate to set the pace. they were able to stretch out their lead to 8 points on the heels of a few stops and some quality offensive possessions. As the first quarter came to a close, they saw that early. And that'll do it for now, as the second half of our game is a
And now the third quarter about to get going. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Checking out the group for David Blatt to start the second half. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the 1. Green, foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And when you look at Draymond Green, he's not a guy who will wow you with his numbers or his athleticism, Clark. He brings a lot of intangibles, though. And I remember talking early in his career with Tom Izzo up at Michigan State saying those exact things, that he gives you so much more than just what you see.
And his current coach and our former partner, Steve Kerr, raves about it. He's the heart and soul of the Warriors, in Steve's words.
And the dunk by Smith. Smith's got the lead up to 8 now for Cleveland.
Unbelievable what I'm seeing here. Is this the dunk contest?
Hey, this one counts, Clark. Believe me, what confidence to attempt the alley-oop to himself.
He couldn't resist on that. The adrenaline just flowing. One of the more spectacular plays we've seen.
Pass to Irving. Cleveland moving it around. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
You know, you talk about Green's enthusiasm for the game. He's constantly talking, whether defensively or even in an opponent's ear. He's a vocal presence. And also another example of how a guy can make an impact without necessarily having it show up in the stat sheet.
On defense, Golden State. 6-point game. Mozgov lays it in without an inch of room around him. Mozgov's got his second basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Curry wide open. They kick it out to Green. Outside Curry. They double-team Curry. Barbosa with it. Now Smith defending. Curry passes to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 6 points for Draymond Green.
And also, don't discount his leadership. Draymond Green's been a vocal leader his entire career. Even as a rookie, he wasn't afraid to challenge his teammates. And that competitive spirit, guys, can be contagious.
Outside Curry. There's the triple. Again, Curry missing.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
Irving drives in, and it's sent back by Bogut. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul.
Let's go.
That's his first foul. Vasili's checked in for Andrew Bogut. Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. Williams comes in for Kyrie Irving.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
James dishes to Love. Back to James. Pass to Williams. And the layup's good off the glass. Williams has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Brandon Rush. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Iman Shumpert has come in for James. Here's Livingston. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. When you think about Shaun Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken, Clark, 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager. And his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. Left side, Shumpert. And he slams it one-handed.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And good on the basket. Book it. Shumpert's got 4 points this quarter.
And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph. We got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
On its way from Barbosa for two. And the shot is long.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And the jam with Iguodala.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. To the inside, Dellavedova, that's good. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Timeout called the Warriors. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up. How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off?
Just beautiful.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Feeds it to Thompson. It's stolen by Bogut. And Thompson kicks to Curry. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going for your Warriors girls.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting under both sides coming to play. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against the Nuggets in Denver. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. Rush out there with Green, and it's Ezeli in at the center. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And James throws it down.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
The Cavaliers leading by 8. Irving for 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. You can see the leadership qualities on display right there, guys.
You know, he's their coach on the floor. There's no doubt about that. A great communicator, a great teammate, and as you mentioned, Kevin, a tremendous leader.
And that one's good.
It has been a 3 30-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Ray. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And now it's a double-digit lead. And now a 10-point Cavalier lead.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit it. He still looks terrific, though.
Well, he's, that's a natural progression for any player,
Sure.
even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Ezeli. Thompson comes in for Brandon Rush. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Thompson. And Steph Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. And Cleveland also making a change. Williams is checked in for Irving. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Outside Williams. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Green. Curry outside. Knocked away.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those. I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Tristan Thompson.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And the Warriors miss again. Cleveland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And it's James missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
He's been wayward and just off on.
Oh, my goodness! Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
You have got to be kidding me.
Clark, talk about taking things into your own hands.
I tell you what, that's one of those plays where you want to get credit for not only the bucket, but also the assist.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Love checked in for Tristan Thompson. And Irving subbed in for Williams. Iguodala, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 14. The drive by LeBron. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
Curry's shot is good. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. 2 open that time made it look too easy. And the Cavaliers lead by 17. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. It's Curry with the drive. Rebound by Smith.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
The tray. Another 3 for Cleveland.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
No doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Another miss by Curry.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Jones comes in for Kevin Love. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for James. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Smith. On its way from Barbosa for 2. And it's Barbosa again missing.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a golly win for the Cavaliers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And after dropping game 1 in this matchup, they managed to take the second of a 3-game season series. No question, that's a morale booster.
And partner, it sets up what should be a fantastic finale to the season series. Major bragging rights on the line that night.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Smith. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
And that's the beauty of the game right there. I hope we get the opportunity to see a few more of those.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And he commits the intentional foul.
Too little, too late. They may as well just let the clock run and save their energy for another day.
Clark, you know, sometimes frustration just shows through in a game like this, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Barbosa for 3. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
And he nails the 3rd. From deep three-point range, can't get it to fall. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this.
Thank you, Kevin.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan, J.R. Smith.
He was on his game tonight from an offensive standpoint, whether it was scoring the basketball or...
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.